Deuce and Mo, Deuce and Mo, Deuce and Mo. They tell you what they know.
Do it for Deuce and Mo, Deuce and Mo. Hey. Do it for Deuce and Mo. When it comes to the Kings, it's my favorite show. Do it for Deuce and Mo, Deuce and Mo. Hey. Do it for Deuce and Mo. When it comes to the Kings, big hopes and dreams as we cover our Kings. Never cover the kingdom, but we loving our Kings. And we covered your prayers as we doing our thing. Big Deuce with the pod, Lil Mo on the screen. Solo or together, still do it for team. Never switch up for $1 or revenue stream. So we always got each other, balance out the beam. Deuce and Mo, and that's the end of the theme song. Do it for Deuce and Mo.
We are live!
Do it for Deuce and Mo.
Happy Friday night preseason game number 2 in the books with 2 to go. And the Kings have not won a preseason game since October 19th, 2023. How are we doing on a Friday?
Why you gotta say that?
It's just a stat.
Hey, Morgan.
Hi.
Just a stat.
The most.
I'm rooting for y'all.
I mean, it's like, what does it really mean? But also,
Okay.
Also, chat real fast. How does the audio sound tonight? Is it a little too loud, or is it like sound crisp and good?
I'm so curious what you did.
Honestly, just boosted shit a little bit. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. When you boost that shit.
Yep. Turn that shit up. Hey, happy Friday. We are here after another preseason loss. We will be talking about what went down tonight. Did you guys watch the game? I guess is the first question. Did you watch tonight's game?
Yeah. Did you?
And if you watched the game, were you able to see anything?
It was so like unpleasant to watch. Unpleasant is the best way to put it at first. Oh my God.
So for those who missed it, it was being streamed tonight. Neither team was televising the preseason games. I've got a thought on that in a second. I can even say it for the pod a little bit. Let me actually go.
Okay, calm
I can
down.
repeat it.
Okay.
Should I plan out everything I'm saying in advance, please?
Yeah, like what?
Just broadcast every preseason game. Fans want to see it. Anyway, so they decide to stream it. Fine. You want to stream it. You want to bare bones and have the radio synced up for the Kings and the Blazers. Fine. But can you just give us a broadcast angle? You know what they were doing tonight in Portland? The feed that Portland was feeding on the stream, both in Sacramento and their own feed, if you were watching on League Pass, was from their, what they call the board show, their big screen show that's inside the arena. That's why every time the Blazers scored, they'd show, a 12-second replay followed by a wipe of like the Blazers logo that was on the screen for another 5 seconds. Yeah. By the time it went back to the game, it's like, oh, there was a missed shot. What was that?
You're hearing it being called. Well,
it wasn't synced up early.
It wasn't even synced up early, but when you were even hearing it being called when there was a replay, it was always because it was obviously the Blazers board show, whatever. It was always over a Kings offensive possession.
Yep.
So seeing how, I know it's preseason, but Deuce and I, and I'm sure a lot of you out there, because Sacramento is weird like this, we're all built like basketball sickos, we want to see how the possession develops. Hey, what are you doing?
You said basketball sicko.
What are you doing?
Oh, that's supposed to show anything?
What are you doing?
It's a sneak preview for the sickos that are here on a Friday night after preseason loss. What?
Like, honestly, you're the type like businesses keep secrets from.
Okay. Can we do our impression of tonight's stream of the Kings Blazers game?
Sure. What do you got? Oh.
So let's talk about the game tonight. Let's
wait.
Yeah.
Oh wait,
you can't really see what happened.
But who cares about? Are we happy? Are we sad? Oh, he's doing a backflip right now.
Carlin is walking again. It's a miracle.
But you can't see it. You can't see it because this is literally what the game looked like tonight. It was awful. Absolutely awful.
Cool. The game was awesome and good to see you. Can you see?
Oh, there we are. Yeah. No, this would have just been nice the whole game. I don't even care if it was just a wide angle the whole game. It would have been so much better. And not only, again, not just because it's like, oh, for viewing pleasure, but you're trying to watch a basketball game.
Someone in the chat says it wasn't that bad. Here's why it was bad. And look, no disrespect, but for, someone, a lot of people call me the basketball mind, right?
No.
I like to see how everything develops. I'm not just watching the ball. We're watching, there's a pick and roll.
Oh my
but
God.
what's going on the other side?
Zooming in on the ball every single time.
Yeah.
Every single time. No. And I felt like down the stretch, it got better.
Yes, it did.
And it's not complaining about what Portland did with this broadcast, because obviously it's not their TV broadcast. It's not people producing it. That's not what it was. But it goes to the larger point of what Deuce was already saying. It's like, wait, if we're going to have access to preseason basketball, which we should, because NBA fans are amazing and they want to see this shit, then you should give them a product that actually makes sense.
Let her cook, but let's also start the podcast. You ready?
Ready.
Not so fast. You forgot to shout out the people watching us live.
Oh, shit.
Morgan literally said to me, no one's watching us tonight
No,
after
I
this
didn't.
game. It's a Friday.
I
No one really
literally
saw the
said,
game.
It's a Friday. I was like, people love live
No
shit on
one's
a
going to
Friday.
be here.
You're so stupid.
We're washed.
Say hi.
Shout out to Boombox Benny. Hey, what's up, Mitch and Kin overcommitters in the building with Boxer McCoy. What's up, Patrick? What's up, Manny Too Legit? What else we got? We got Jesse in here. What's up, V? Dark Commander, Daniel. Thanks so much for being here tonight. What's up, Dennis, Angelo, Patrick, Omar, the baby daddy. Thank you so much. We appreciate you guys.
Thank you guys.
So much. Hey, Aiden. Good to see you here,
Hey.
too. Fanta, shout out to you. Vincent, say hi.
Hi. Ooh.
What's up? I was just clearing my throat.
No, you're doing the old man burp.
You have to be an old man to have an old man burp.
I think you do. Yeah, because you drink all the bubblies and then you have to burp.
All
Like
right.
like a little baby.
Yeah, I'm a baby. All right, let's have some fun. Deuce and Mo coming down in 3, 2, 1. Hit my music.
Deuce and Mo. Deuce and Mo. Deuce and Mo. They tell you what they know. Deuce and Mo. Deuce and Mo. Deuce and Mo. The podcast that you know.
Hey, welcome into the Deuce and Mo podcast. Recording this on a Friday night after the Kings' second preseason game. They are now 0-2 after losing on the road tonight in Portland. A nail biter down the stretch with the young guys. Portland wins 124-123. This podcast presented by our friends over at Sentivo Vineyards and Winery. I'm Deuce Mason. That's Morgan Reagan. How you doing, Mo?
I'm fantastic. NBA basketball is back. And
Yes.
I did watch, obviously, almost the whole game of the WNBA Finals, Game 4. Aces swept the Mercury. I'm sorry, I know you don't want to get straight into that, but it was fun, but also it wasn't fun because like the Aces just dominated. So
Shout out to the Aces, their third championship. Asia Wilson, the finals MVP,
God.
also the regular season MVP. Aces now with 3 titles. Shout out to our dear friend, the point guard, Chelsea effing Gray, with now
Goat.
4 rings.
Goat.
4 rings.
I know, she's
the
insane.
future Hall of Famer.
Amazing.
Anyway.
So a lot of basketball today was great.
Well, I would say for some, they probably didn't get to see much of the Kings-Blazers game tonight. Of course, Kings preseason, not always televised. I think
No.
there's one televised game this year, and the Kings have been streaming it. Tonight, they were on the road, so Portland was providing the feed of tonight's game, but Portland was also not televising this game. So Portland was sending a feed to Sacramento. Sacramento had the G-Man's call, eventually synced up with it. But the feed that they took was not your traditional broadcast feed. It was from the big board inside the arena in Portland. So for those who did not watch tonight, and even those who did, even if you missed tonight's game, you probably saw as much as we did at
Yes,
times.
100%.
Because Portland was showing weird angles. They would show a replay that would last 17 seconds, followed by a swipe of the Blazers logo. You would
Oh my
miss
God.
plays in this game. You
Oh
would
my-
see zoomed in on different areas where you could not see how a play developed or anything, and it was really, really irritating.
It was just very frustrating to watch. I had so many people reaching out to me saying just how unpleasant it was and how their senses couldn't even handle how it was being shot and everything. But then on top of that, you would see at times the mascot pop out of the corner and go, defense. And then out of the other corner, defense with the drum. And I'm just like, what? No, what am I watching? I was watching a board show. And so that was tough.
Before we actually dive into the game, the NBA has to take a stand here, right? They are now in the streaming business as well with their new deal with Amazon and Peacock, right? Streaming needs to be credible. Tonight's game was on League Pass for those outside Sacramento that you were able to watch this game.
Yeah.
And that's what you paid to watch tonight. Look, it's 2025. We have the technology to have, if you're going to bare bones and not do a televised broadcast, give us a broadcast angle so the fans can consume the product that they expect to see. And then, to be honest, we should just mandate it. Every NBA team, you got to broadcast all the preseason games. They need to be available for everybody to watch because we are sickos and we want to watch. It's 2025. Why should we not be able to watch preseason games? And it's a good opportunity. Put them out for free so you can expose more fans to your product. What are we doing?
And you want to expose your fans to a good product, right? To an elite product, not a product that is half-assed or a board show and people are going, wait, why the hell would I pay for this? So, no, and I think preseason 2 is always good for everyone to get the run through, for broadcasters, producers, camera people.
Yes.
I mean, especially like when there's just changes over the off season, you have new producers and everything. You want to make sure everyone is set and ready to go with the cameras, everything. So
put it this way, tonight, Nique Clifford hit his first NBA 3.
Yeah.
None of us saw it. Because they were showing a Blazers replay. By the time they went back to the shot, all I see is they added 3 to like the score bug at the bottom of the screen. I went to the box score. I'm like, who hit that? I'm like, Nique did. So guess what? Nique Clifford is like Wilt's 100-point game. There's no footage of it. It doesn't exist.
Yeah, just like it. Yeah, no.
Are we ever going to see that?
He's in the locker room. He'll be holding up just a 3.
Yeah, dude. So
stupid.
Anyway, we did see enough, and I felt like in the second half it got slightly better with how they were streaming the game. So let's talk about this game. For the second consecutive game, the Kings go out with the same starting lineup with Schroeder, LaVine, Sabonis, Murray, DeRozan. And I think the headline, first things first with the starting lineup, is Keegan Murray did not play in the second half of this game. He, what they're calling a left thumb injury at this point, so we don't know how severe this injury is, but it's not a good thing when you have to leave a preseason game.
It's not a good thing at all. I mean, obviously, any type of injury, any type of health issue, especially early on in a season, and especially for Keegan Murray. And why I say especially, because you look at that position, he's already being pushed to the 4 spot in that starting lineup. Deuce, literally, I believe it was 24 hours ago, you said to me, and you were like, I just don't know what the Kings will do if Keegan got hurt. Like, there's just not a lot of depth for that specific position, and especially how the roster is constructed. And I'm basically just telling you, it's fine. They'll figure it out. Well, now they have to figure it out. Like, they already have to figure it out. And I'm not acting like something awful is happening. He could be playing in the next game and fine, wrap it up, whatever. But when you do see this or hear this, it still is concerning for these times when you look at the depth and you do look at the roster.
I was scrambling. You could probably hear typing in the background. I'm trying to remember when he hurt his thumb. Was that his rookie year or his second year?
I don't remember, but I remember it was the thumb.
Yeah. And
was it the left?
For a guy who's trying to, get his shot in a good spot, he wants to get back to 40%. You just think about a thumb injury. You're like, oh man, hopefully that doesn't impact anything.
Yeah, it's tough. And especially, like you said, offensively, when you're just trying to get your flow, you want to be as healthy as you can, and especially when you shoot the ball with your goddamn hands. So.
Yeah, he shoots. It's funny because he is like, he shoots right-handed, but he's, able to use his left. So I guess that's like the one area that's okay, but we don't even know what the injury is, but hopefully it's nothing big. But yeah, to your point, it's like, this is like the fear you have going into the season is, well, one of the many fears maybe you have is just, the depth behind Keegan Murray. And you like to think, oh, maybe Isaac Jones could be that guy. Isaac really hasn't played a lot in the preseason. I know Doug said not to make too much of like preseason rotations, but you would anticipate that he'd play a little more than he has at this point. We saw Dario Saric instead tonight, who did not play in the first preseason game. I talked to G-Man after the game. He was telling me a story that after the first preseason game, he was talking to Dario in the locker room, and Dario didn't seem too happy that he did not play in that game, and G-Man gave him a little pep talk. I said, well, G-Man, you gave him a pep talk. He came off the bench tonight, had 14 points, knocked down 4 from 3. You better go to every player in that locker room and give a little pep talk.
G-Man should give a pep talk before every single game.
Yeah.
Like that would be, I don't think Doug would mind. But besides the pep talk, which is super cute, it's great to see, right? It's great to see him not only within his 14 minutes, but he was productive within those 14 minutes and knocking down 3-point shots.
Health has been obviously a big thing for him, and so who knows? But you lost Trey Lyles too, and that was a guy that can kind of step into that role. There's just big question marks behind Keegan Murray at this point. I actually thought Keegan in the first half had some really good moments again in this game. He had that nice steal at the midcourt line.
Yeah,
took it strong at the end of the first half. Had that nice play too.
Yeah,
getting to the free throw line for that and one. So it felt like he's starting to be more aggressive offensively, which I like to see. Taking a step back with the starting lineup, it was a mixed bag again, I guess, with the start. Dude, Doug Christie was talking about last game. Hey, we got to get off to better starts. They got to feel us. We allowed 36 points. We got to hold a team under 30. So last game, they gave up 36 points in the first. Tonight, they gave up 37.
Well, I mean, they didn't respond to whatever was said. And it's not like Portland is this dominant team that you just can't slow down. And I know I can sit here and say, well, it's preseason, but this is where you're supposed to try to bring it together and figure it out. What you're going to be together on the floor. Are you clicking? Are you on a string? What do you look like as a unit? And you're right, to start the game, especially with those 5 on there, it just doesn't feel like it's clicking on either end of the floor. There's not just a pretty flow, but it felt like as they kept going through the second quarter, they started picking it up a little bit more, maybe getting a little bit more confident and comfortable with one another, which that's encouraging.
Yeah, I thought it was a bummer that Sabonis picked up his 3rd foul pretty early in this game.
Yeah.
And so he ended up coming out of this game in the first quarter. What was it at? The 4:13 mark. But, you're trying to get him some reps with, the starting unit to get comfortable with everybody. So Sabonis only ended up playing 16 minutes, 53 seconds in this game. I'm with you. It hasn't looked smooth. I thought at the end of the first half, the group that was in there when Doug went back to the starters, I thought they played pretty well. I thought they showed some nice things down the stretch.
Yeah.
And it looked like, okay, this is the first time I felt like even offensively there was a rhythm. It did feel like tonight offensively that the pace was better and they were generating better looks. They're just not knocking down a ton right now. And, tonight they hit 11 threes.
11 of what, 34?
11 to 34. That's 32%. 5 of those came from LaVine. And 4 came from Saric. So 9 of the 11 came from 2 guys. And something I was talking to Morgan when I was on the way here was like, this team's 3-point shooting is slightly concerning to me. Because I know LaVine can knock it down. And Keon's knocked it down at a really efficient rate.
Sure.
But what's Keon's role going to be on this team with all these guards? That's kind of my question. I mean, I want him to play a lot. He should play a lot, but I don't know with all these guards. He's been a 40% guy. LaVine's one of the best 3-point shooters in the league. After that, who are you trusting to knock down shots?
Right. Well,
from the outside.
In your mind would automatically next go to someone like Keegan Murray, but it's just it had statistically it has not been it.
Yeah, so he is now 0 for 6 from 3 in the preseason.
Yeah, it's tough.
It's a sample size too. But
absolutely. And maybe he'll have a different rhythm, as soon as, I don't know, regular season hits or whatever. I don't know. I don't know if sometimes people bring a different mentality, a different energy. I think sometimes I'm trying to talk myself into that being a thing too. I just don't understand how for someone that has such a pretty shot and can elevate over so many in this league, because he is long, he is strong. that shot isn't going in at a high clip and hasn't been. Then you go down the list and you look at someone maybe like Malik Monk, that energy spark that we've seen over the years and coming off the bench and being able to knock down those threes. That also hasn't been the case. So,
I don't think Malik's looked good in the preseason, 2 games in.
Right.
I know. But from a 3-point shooting perspective, so last year, Malik, 32% from 3. The year before that, 35. His first year in Sacramento, 36. So, yeah, I mean, you're kind of banking on Keegan and Monk to have bounce back years from 3 to be a more efficient 3-point shooting team. It's just tough because, again, we're in this league where, like, you got to make threes, and the Kings have made 21 in the first 2 preseason games.
Well, that right there is problematic, but also not only with them not making threes, you talked about this after the first game. Raptors making a 3, and then you're going down on the other end and you're getting a 2. And how many times were you seeing that happen? It's
just
like
math.
It's easy math
3?
right there.
3 greater than 2.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Math.
And then defensively, I don't know what to say. Like, this team is their ceiling. I don't even know if I could say it's their ceiling, to be honest. With this starting group, I was gonna say their ceiling is maybe an average defensive team. And
what for you is average? Average isn't literally middle of the pack.
Yes, that I'm literally thinking ranked like 15th in defensive rating. If the Kings rank 15 in defensive rating this year. It's sad to even say that, but it would be great. I just don't think they have the personnel. I'm watching them play Portland tonight. Portland is one of these teams where I'm like, come on. You have 8 players on the roster who are 6'7" or taller. 8 players.
God, dude. That length.
And we're not talking about, they've got, like, think about their centers. They've got 2 7-foot centers who are monsters. Oh, and they have Rob Williams, who I know is always hurt, but another long guy who's like 6'11".
Yeah.
Then you think about their wings with Avdia, Jeremy Grant, Chris Murray, Tamani Kamara. Shane Sharp's got good length. Sidi Sissoko, remember him, the former King
Jeremy
legend?
Grant's got great length.
He does.
Sidi Sissoko, yeah.
So, yeah, I just like, how do you guys have so much size and length? And so, anyway, my point is, you just see how problematic that can be defensively tonight.
Absolutely.
Where, like, you're in pick and roll situations, guys have to help. It's like sometimes I see that the Kings get in good help positions, they get overpowered. I mean, I actually thought one of the interesting things Portland did tonight, they went, you call small ball 5. I mean, whatever. When you have a whole bunch of 6'7", 6'8" guys out there, they put Jeremy Grant at the 5.
Yep.
And he was going at Eubanks. And Eubanks is like strong, but it's like, he can't be on the perimeter trying to defend Grant. Like, Grant just has the speed, the athleticism to get around him and score. And then all of a sudden you're helping. Then the ball's getting whipped around and your defense is in scramble mode.
Yeah. And then especially when this defense is in scramble mode, I mean, we saw it all last game. You saw it tonight. It's really difficult for them to pick up the pieces because they don't have the personnel that is capable of doing that. Not just because they don't have the length, but they do have some older bodies out there. I mean, even like DeMar at times. Like, there's times when you just see his defensive IQ kick in and you see him read a passing lane. You're like, great, does something just fine. But then you see other times when a player attacks his closeout and he cannot recover. And what that does to the help defender is have to shift over. And then that other help defender, it's causes so much chaos.
You're so right. And so when you have a couple of guys in your starting lineup, DeMar.
Yeah.
LaVine, we'll talk about him a little bit. I actually been really impressed with LaVine. But he's not known as being a good defensive player. And then you don't have a true rim protector in Sabonis.
Yeah.
I mean, that's going to be challenging for you. And then offensively, you want to play fast, but if you're getting scored on and taking the ball underneath the basket, it's just so hard to be a good team that way.
It's hard to play the style and the identity that you want. And what I love is that I think Doug really puts it in their head, like, I want you to fuck someone up when they come through the middle, right? Like, crack back or bump them when they come through. Like, I don't give a shit. Make sure they know they do not belong here in the paint. And I don't want to say like, oh, I haven't seen that, because I think there's moments in time, but I was hoping to see this team almost set a chaotic tone of physicality. Not so much so where they're just going to get called for everything and it's like, what's the point of even being out there? What's the point of playing? But under controlled physicality that makes people or other players think twice when they are going into motion or going into the key, or you know what I mean though? Like you want to screw with their mentals. And I think you can do that when you are the more physical team, especially when you lack so many other things defensively. So, but yeah, not seeing that the first couple of games. And
yeah, I just don't envision this team with how they're currently constructed being a good defensive team. And that's what's it's tough because, I'm seeing I'm on Reddit and reading comments left and right. Just hearing how all of us fans are thinking, and people are like clowning Doug. I thought it was just going to be different, defense, and it's like, look, Doug needs to preach some defense, but also like
you got to work with what you got.
Yeah,
like what are you supposed to? You're given certain ingredients, and you're told, "Hey, bake a cake." Can't do it without the baking soda, or you can, but it's not going to look like a cake. For all my bakers out there.
Yeah, I was trying to think how else do you make a cake? I don't even know.
I never understood that growing up, like the science of baking soda.
Can you explain the science of baking soda?
Not really.
All you can say is you need it. Yeah. Don't try to act like you know the science of it. You're like, no. I don't understand the science.
Because when I was like, oh, I don't need that ingredient. And then when like I didn't use baking soda or baking powder, even, it's like didn't make a cake. Yeah. Did not make a cake.
Okay, one highlight of tonight.
Yeah.
Domas in the first quarter with Yang Hansen, who we'll talk about too, was in the game. Domas, Euro step and one. He finished with the right hand. Woo! I love that. What's that mean?
That's clapping.
No,
like instead of snapping, now it's this.
Why?
Because that's what the kids do, and so that's why I'm going to stay young.
It makes no noise.
Yeah, I love it.
It's
so
I'm gonna
cute.
pinch you, like a crab.
Okay,
like,
now
weird.
you sound like an old fuck. Like I'm gonna pinch you. What are you, Grandpa? Unk? Yeah, that's what I'm. Unk. Like, come on.
It just. Can I just be real honest with you? It doesn't make sense for you to make these like Deuce, your old jokes when you're literally 9.5 years older than me. Like it's stupid. It doesn't make any sense to me.
False.
Man.
Yeah.
Anyway, where are we going? Oh, so Sabonis finishing with the right hand, a little Euro step.
I love it.
Some nice finishes. The fouls were just brutal tonight.
Oh, yeah.
You know how many free throws were in this game?
Way too many.
Guess how many combined free throws we saw in this preseason game?
I already know. It was like over 60.
73.
Oh, really?
Yes. Sacramento, 26 of 33. The Blazers, 28 of 40.
My God. It was too many. And again, that's why when I say like, oh, be physical out there, bump the shit out of them when they come through the paint, whatever. You think about it. You do this in every sport. You find a way to get away with it, right? But you also set the tone as a team. Like, this is how we're going to play, officials. So you're going to want to call this every time. But I think everyone's in that preseason mode too, where officials are also trying to set the tone. Like, hey, point of emphasis. That's a foul. That's what we saw was a foul, blah, blah. I don't agree with every single call that was out there, but by the way, you can't have this during the regular season because that's not fun to watch.
Yeah, the game was 2 hours and 32 minutes tonight, and the last game I think was over 2.5 too. It is brutal.
Too long.
I mean, I understand we're all trying to figure it out. There's new points of emphasis, but like,
no. There's so many times too with this game because it was already so unpleasant that as soon as I was like, okay, looking up again after a replay, and I'm like, all right, here we go, and then a whistle would blow, and then I look back at my phone as the free throws go, and then I look back up, and I just felt like I was not connecting with this game because of all of those things. So super annoying.
Well, shout out to the people hanging out with us live
Hell
tonight
yeah.
on a Friday night. If you have not done it yet, the biggest thing you could do to help our channel grow, hit the thumbs up, subscribe, and then after this show's done, comment too. All that stuff just helps us grow. So more NBA fans around the basketball universe check out our content all season long. I have a poll question too. Where will the Kings finish? Top 6, play-in, or tankathon.com, aka lottery? Right now, the voting 50% of people say lottery.
Oh.
Make that 49% now.
Hey.
38% say play-in, and 13% say top 6.
I really hope it's not playing, and I'd rather have it be lottery. If I had to choose,
Okay. You don't want to be
Because-
top 6?
of course I want you. You feel like there's any way right now, and I don't even think. Of course, this team has to believe and feel that they can do that
Yeah.
in this league. Like they have to. Like Doug believes that. They all believe that. But like, I'm not. They have so much talent on this team, but the way that it's meshing and the amount of talent on the other teams
Yeah.
in this Western Conference is more where I'm
That's
going.
fair.
This-
That's fair.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm with you.
Like I don't need to there's for the Sacramento Kings, there's a lot of good individual basketball players on this team.
Yeah.
Together, it's weird. It's just weird.
Nique Clifford got some time he was one of the first subs in the game. He came in with Malik Monk into this game. It's interesting seeing how different he plays with the key guys versus how he plays late. There's more confidence. Also, I think he's got the ball in his hands,
Yeah.
and in these final 2 preseason games, what are you laughing at? Are you thinking about to say something crazy?
Yeah, well, I don't even think it's crazy, but the way that we're dissecting preseason, it's what we want to see. You know, it's what
Yeah.
we want to see because we know that the future of this team probably isn't whatever this starting unit is.
No, and that's just reality. I mean, look, they could click and they could be better than we think. Like there's a case to be made. It's like, hey, I think that's the other reality is like we do hyper focus on these preseason games.
Yep.
And why is
That's all
that?
we got.
Well, because we have access to it.
Yeah.
Years ago, preseason games, believe it or not, there's no footage of a preseason game. Like, good luck.
Yeah.
Good luck. There was a time in which not every game was on TV. That's crazy to think about. Like, people had to go to the radio.
Yeah.
and
You
listen,
weren't
or-
born yet though, but yeah.
No, I don't remember. I've talked to you about those days. You told me growing up, Deuce, I'll tell you.
Like I'm Jerry
Yeah.
Reynolds.
My point being is like we do, and like you have to take a step back a little bit here and go, this is what it's for.
Yeah.
Like you have training camp, and it's not the season; it's the preseason. It's scrimmages for you to try some shit out, look at different lineups,
Evaluate
try
players.
different things, evaluate, and like yeah, they've been playing with each other for a few weeks now, and then training camp for what, a couple weeks or whatever.
Sure.
But the reality is they haven't played other people yet.
No.
So now they've got to learn each other. Dennis Schroeder's got to learn how to play with Sabonis.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Sabonis sets the screen this way. I like it this way. Or he's got to know how LaVine likes to receive the ball. Or, you know,
Especially on a DHO,
Yeah.
like where they come off the shoulder, or do they like it more like a shovel pass? Like what?
Yep.
What is it that for sure?
So I definitely acknowledge those things, but
Yeah.
I think my like preseason, it's like you can talk about the game a little bit, but like you do have to pull out a little bit, look at big
Yes.
picture. My big picture is like, yeah, this team has talent. Like you said, it does have talent. And like if everything went right, like you could see this team being a play-in team, and you know, play-in team could mean, 43 wins. That could
Yeah.
be really fun and exciting for people. But they have the same weaknesses that they've had the last couple of years with the size up front. And I think the other weakness right now you are looking at is the backup point guard. We'll talk more about that going forward because of all the Westbrook news. I was talking about Nique Clifford though.
Yeah.
Nique, I would like to see him the next couple of preseason games.
Yes.
I can't believe I got back there. That's when I'm in prime form right
Shut
now.
up.
I am locked in.
Go.
I think the next couple of preseason games, I'd like to see Doug let Nique Clifford initiate with the starters. I just want to see it.
So
Let him run point guard.
Okay, so initiate with the starters, but that's obviously still coming off the bench.
Yeah, come off the bench, fine. I don't care. Yeah, come off the bench, but put him in for Schroeder and let him just be with the rest of the guys.
And what if? And obviously, if Keegan's out, it's not like it's going to move him into that starting position because
in my head, I'm thinking Keegan's back. The Kings don't play until Wednesday. Okay. We don't know.
That's true.
I am just pretend Keegan's there.
Okay. Yeah.
I just want to see it, and this is the time to see it. I mean, they think highly enough to put him in as one of the first subs off the bench in the last 2 preseason games. He's a rookie, and I just look at his feel, and I think he's got a good IQ.
Great feel.
He's very patient.
Oh, my God.
He made some mistakes tonight. Like, especially with that starting group, doesn't look totally comfortable. Late in the game, he forced a couple of passes that weren't great, but he also made some really spectacular passes as well. I think he also plays the style that like Doug wants to play, and like the style that like someone like Zach LaVine thrives in. It's like getting that ball up and down the floor.
He's fun. He's fun because he seems like someone that carries himself with joy on the floor while also playing hard, but also does play confident in most of the moments that we have seen. And I'm with you where it's like he's also trying to find his way with that starting group, but like this is no one's team. De'Aaron Fox isn't here. Like I know Zach LaVine, DeMar, like we got some vets on this squad. Dennis, like you got some vets. I totally get it, but like, you've got nothing to lose if you're Nique Clifford, right? Like no one's. He doesn't.
And you have everything to gain. I mean,
he doesn't seem like the type of guy that has an ego where everyone's going to be like, "Oh, damn you!" And if why are you doing this? Why are you making this mistake? Why are you making this mistake? I mean, we heard the way that these players, these teammates, were talking about Keegan Murray in training camp. They were empowering the shit out of him. Like, I think it can be that same thing if he showed that he could do that.
And to be honest,
yeah,
if I'm Nique Clifford and maybe he's not thinking like this. This is just me being a stupid podcast person coming up with this scenario that doesn't make total sense. Anyway, if you're Nique, or you're going, why are you bringing Westbrook in? I'll be the guy. Let me show you. It can be that guy. I mean, we'll talk about the Westbrook thing later, but if Nique can come in and set guys up and create good looks for these starters, shit, like maybe they don't sign Westbrook, and maybe they at some point this year they go, hey, maybe he's our starter. I know I'm going crazy here. I think he's going to be good. I think he's going to be good.
I do too, but I'm not
going crazy here, but he plays with joy.
Simmer.
He plays with joy, has a great feel for the game, makes great passes.
Who
does that remind you of?
Tyrese Halliburton.
Who? He's not like some Tyrese clone by any means, but I'm just saying, like, and by the way, some of the stuff we talked about with Tyrese early in his career is like, he's not really aggressive enough. You kind of say the same thing about Nique a little bit in the first half of these games. So I don't know. I'm not saying he is. I'm just saying.
And this is what we do in Sacramento too. We do like we're allowed to analyze his game, break it all down, do what we need to do. Absolutely. And feel those things from seeing so much of him, obviously in training camp, practice, and now into preseason games. Absolutely. Like you're allowed to feel all those things. But I hope your hopefulness with all of those things, you have to still manage it with the understanding that Doug and Scott still have to make sure that these other guys that are vets and their agents are also not throwing a hissy fit. Like it's just a league of relationships. Yeah. It's a league of politics. And like there are other things that you just have to manage out there. So then people aren't going, F Sacramento, they screwed over my guy who has this on his resume. I mean, I guess my point is that's why I try not to get too hopeful of those things, but I'm with you. I don't think you're wrong.
I mean, my point is just the Westbrook thing. Westbrook's not here, so that has no bearing on that. I'm just talking about, I think that I'm full stop, go back. I just want to see him with the starters handle a little bit because it seems like he makes good decisions. You're acting like I'm calling him Tyrese today.
No,
I'm not hyping him up like crazy.
I'm not.
And guess what? It's nice to have a young player that like is intriguing.
Absolutely.
And the Kings going in didn't even have a first round pick, and Scott Perry got them a first round pick. That's the other thing I mentioned to you because now that the season's kind of started,
that's
all we talk about is the Kings.
Yeah.
mainly me, because I'll like bring up a conversation
No,
about
like
the
literally,
Kings.
it's like, how was your day? Oh, did you see what the Kings?
The thing I'm trying to remind myself, as everyone freaks out about, like, what kind of path are the Kings going on? What the hell is this? Scott Perry's the GM now.
Yeah.
Is he tied to any of these guys? Like,
No.
he's tied to Nique,
Yeah.
Maxime. I get Dylan Cardwell's a two-way guy. Isaiah Stevens is a two-way guy. Like,
I also like Isaiah Stevens out there.
yeah, and then like he signed Schroeder. Other than that, there's no loyalty here. Like, this is business, and I think we have to remind ourselves of that a little bit. It's not the same front office this season we're walking
Fair.
into going, okay, well, we know Monty likes these guys. Who knows what's going to happen? It's like, no, we have a good feel for what Scott wants. Now, is he able to execute and get stuff done down the stretch?
Yeah. And I guess, I mean, you might as well. I wish we could just talk about the Westbrook stuff now and just kind of transition into that. Because
Well, let me play this. This is from ESPN Today. Sham Sharania with Malika Andrews.
Next up, Russell Westbrook. He averaged 13.6 assists, almost 5 rebounds, too, when he was with the Nuggets. Where do things stand with him getting back into the NBA?
Look, I'm told there is strong mutual interest between Russell Westbrook and the Sacramento Kings, and the Kings have a need for a reserve point guard. They were 29th in bench points, 29th in bench assists last season. Russell Westbrook helps with that, and he's got relationships across that organization. Domantas Sabonis, he's close with, played with him. He played with Dennis Schroeder as well. DeMar DeRozan, Zach LaVine, they have LA ties as well. BJ Armstrong, the new assistant general manager there, he knows BJ Armstrong from the agency side, and he does have respect with Scott Perry, their new general manager, and Doug Christie, their new head coach. We'll see if a deal gets done before the start of the season or during this upcoming year.
So we've heard Westbrook's name tied to Sacramento for like 5 months now. It seems like it was like Kuminga and Westbrook forever.
Yeah.
The thing what I'm not understanding right now with this, Westbrook is a free agent.
Okay.
The Kings have roster spots.
Mhm.
Why can't they just sign him today if they want him? They can. So
Okay.
what is the holdup here? And I'm not trying to do my Brian Windhorst.
Yeah, I was like,
what's the deal here? And then this comes out today. Why does this come out today? Why is this news?
Yeah, why?
To me, there is no way you add Russell Westbrook to this roster
Sure.
with how it's constructed.
You have to make some moves, some trades,
You have
some
to
tweaks.
clear out some guards. Like, what are we saying here?
Yeah.
Now, how are you feeling about the idea of, let's just say, okay, you're able to move a guard or two, get some sort of wing depth, and then you add Westbrook. But what do you think about just adding 37-year-old Russell Westbrook to this group?
I guess if it meant other tweaks.
Yeah, it's tough to say without knowing the other tweets, right?
Right. I guess you know why? Just thinking about that type of movement goes, okay, fine, because you want to see change and tweaks made to this roster. Like, and not just to make them, but you'd hope that like those other trades or tweaks could lead to some size or some other depth to your roster that is needed that aren't just guards, right? Maybe some 3-point shooting. With Russ specifically, that is, I don't want to say concerning, but I'm totally with you when it comes to the Kings having Nique and Keon. I mean, Devin, I don't see as a point guard at all. Like, at all. But those two, I go, okay, well then when are they going to have the ball in their hands? When are they going to have their opportunities to shine, to make plays, to do what they need to do? That's where I just get the most concerned when I think about Russell Westbrook here. I don't get concerned because he's 37. I don't get concerned because it's like what he's going to look like. I don't care about any of that. It's literally taking away opportunity and time and minutes from these guys.
And it's for what? And
Right.
I think Scott would probably say, he's good for a culture because
Sure.
Westbrook, players love him. He competes nonstop. He plays hard. He practices hard. He's just wired differently. He's an intense dude. And I think Scott's probably looking at that backup spot going, what's our solution right
Yeah.
now. And we go to the bench and there's a drop off. We need someone that will get into the paint, that's able to be a willing passer and make things happen. And you're going to have to deal with the other stuff, the missed shots at the rim. He's not the athlete he once was. He's not really a good shooter, although it seems like he always shoots it well against Sacramento in the last few years.
Loved shooting
But I
against
guess
Sacramento.
my pushback on it is like, but why? Like, it's to your point. It's like you would have to get rid of some guards for sure. But even so, it's just taking away opportunity for Keon, because I imagine if Russ is here, he's going to be playing an important role on this team, playing 20 minutes a night. That is taking minutes away from somebody. Is that taking away opportunity, like you said, from Nique and Keon? Probably.
I understand too. It feels like you need a confident backup, real point guard in that role, and that's where it does make sense. Like, I understand, like, you don't want to just shove Nique there his rookie year and be like, go be a point guard in the NBA your first year. And then even with Keon, when he definitely elevates in a different role, in a different position, but can be put into that point guard position if need be. So yeah, it's still, like, again, it just goes to the roster construction being confusing. So that's where I go, if they went in that direction, I'm not mad about it, but I also am just concerned with what it means for some of these young guys, their development and opportunity.
Yeah.
I think it's a very fair question.
Does it take shots away from other guys too?
Yeah. Yeah. So no. So anyway, that's the latest on, I guess, Russell Westbrook, where the concerns would be, what it would be good for, what it would mean for roster tweaks. That's always fun too, when you don't feel super confident in the roster that's here right now.
Yeah, it's just
weird.
Yeah. I'm trying to think about, like, okay, Sham's saying maybe at the end of this month. I'm like, yeah, but the trades don't usually happen either. Like we keep talking about, hey, if you're bringing in Russ, you're trading some other pieces to maybe add a wing. You're making some changes. And trades just don't usually happen like that right before the season. So I don't know. I guess we'll wait and see. We need to talk more about this preseason game, because I want to get your thoughts and talk to chat a little bit about what we saw from the young guys for the second consecutive game.
Mm-hmm.
They made things interesting. Probably the most entertaining part of the game.
Yeah,
in some ways.
Totally agree.
We'll talk about that. Look ahead to what lies ahead for Sacramento too. We got to give some love to the people who are watching us live, sure, but also our sponsors. Why do I call it? I was combining sponsors and partners.
Sponsors. How about you try that again?
Why do I do that?
I thought you were going to go to therapy for it.
Yeah, my next appointment's October 22nd, although I need to change it because that's opening day.
Oh, God. Now you're always going to screw up your words.
Let's give some love to our sponsors. First up, our friends over at Sentivo Vineyards and Winery. Morgan Reagan. I'm so excited that they opened up their new winery in Fairfield.
It's
nice. We've been there a couple times.
Beautiful. It is so beautiful. Last year we couldn't wait until they opened it up. And if you guys didn't know, where their tasting room actually is, it's in Suisun Valley near Fairfield, which is only 40 minutes away from Sacramento. But it's also one of the best places for wine right now. It was just voted the best wine region in the U.S. Yes, that is over Napa. That is over Santa Barbara County.
What?
Yeah. I'm not going to name any more.
What?
But the people behind Sentivo Vineyards and Winery are just such special people too.
They're Kings fans.
They're all Kings fans. They're just such a beautiful family. They're amazing humans, and they have made some amazing wine and a really cool place to go. So make sure to go check them out, or you can go to sentivovineyards.com and get some bottles there as well.
Check them out, 2316 Rockville Road, Fairfield, California. Also presented tonight by our friends over at
Medic Ambulance. We've teamed up with Medic Ambulance, the trusted name in emergency medical services across Northern California. Medic Ambulance has set the standard in emergency medical services for over 45 years now. From life-saving responses to being the team behind the scenes at your favorite events, Medic is there to serve. Learn more at medicambulance.net.
Morgan,
yes.
Who would be your player of the game, your butcher and barrel player of the game tonight?
For me,
Yeah.
it's got to go to Zach LaVine.
It's
Zach
LaVine. We haven't really talked enough about him tonight, actually. That was one of the things I wanted to hit on from a positive standpoint.
Perfect way to go into talking about Zach LaVine.
Our great new sponsor, Butcher and Barrel. You want some amazing food, you got to check out one of the best spots in Sacramento's dining scene, Butcher and Barrel.
It's one of the best places to go before every Kings game. It's literally 30 seconds away. It's across the street from the G1C. They have an amazing bar with delicious drinks and their elevated dining experience. Every bite is truly, truly, truly amazing. Head there before games, away games and home games. They have game day specials. It's a Wagyu burger, a shot and a beer for only $35.
Damn.
This isn't your average burger either. Also, we are going to be talking about a giveaway coming up, so make sure to just keep that in mind.
Yeah, check out their website, butcherandbarrelsack.com. So Zach LaVine, Morgan, our player of the game, our Butcher and Barrel player of the game, 19 points on 7-11 shooting, 5 of 8 from 3. I think LaVine's looked really good in the preseason. I think
Sharp.
Yeah, and I just think obviously when you knock down shots, like everything looks good, but he's playing fast. He's getting that up and down the floor. I think defensively he is competing. I'm even seeing him at times with weak side help, and that's what you want to see from him. It's like down up a little bit defensively. I think offensively that shot is just.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about it a lot. I don't know what that is, but we talked about it a lot last season. In the beginning of the season with the Kings, when we started seeing just like how pure, how beautiful it is. It's just the way that it rolls off his fingertips. And when you see it go in, it's beautiful. I also feel like for him, what we talked about in that first game, we've seen from him a little bit more too, is just like trying to turn it up a little bit with his intensity.
Yeah.
Like from the start, wherever he can, just on the defensive end as well. And like, that's only going to make him a better all around basketball player. But when he's shooting like that on the floor too, it's just pretty.
He's getting in the paint too.
Yep.
Had a nice pass in the paint tonight too. Comment of the night nominee from RJ. LaVine has the prettiest shot, matches his eyes.
Oh, that's what you said last year.
No, that's probably why it's
You were
comment
talking
of the
about
night
his
nominee.
piercing eyes, his beautiful
Beautiful
shot.
eyes, beautiful smile,
Beautiful smile.
nice beard.
Hey,
Remember last year we went with the goatee and we're like, what are you doing?
he did. When did he do the goatee?
Yeah, you want to forget it. It was not a good time for the Kings. That version of LaVine.
It was such a short version too.
Yeah, I like how he's played. I liked his approach.
Yeah.
It feels like he's
His
buying into what they're
approach.
doing. I think he's probably just benefiting from the fact that Schroeder's out there too. It's like, all right, we're getting the ball up and down. We're playing with some pace now. It seems like him and Sabonis have a better connection. Like they had a
Yes.
nice 2-man action, I believe, in that second quarter where they went back and forth and LaVine got a great look out of it.
It's
And
clicking.
yeah,
a
like,
little more.
those guys were not on the same page a lot last year. What
Mm-hmm.
I think gets lost sometimes with that is, Sabonis missed 9 games in March last year. Well, LaVine came here in that Fox trade. Like those are valuable opportunities you missed to build chemistry in key games down the stretch. Sabonis wasn't playing. So I think they look like they're more on the same page.
Yeah.
I want to see more of it for sure.
Yeah.
But LaVine's looked really good. And then defensively, like, it's all I can ask for. Be handsy, be in the right spots, be in a position to try to make a play.
Just bringing it.
Yeah.
Just bringing it. You can tell he's like locked in more. It doesn't mean that he's the best defender in
Yeah.
the world out there. Like, yeah, sure, he still has his flaws and whatever. But like, if you show up in different ways, you're not going to be the liability that you felt like you saw at times last year. And especially for such an athletic person, it's cool to see him utilize those strengths.
I thought Schroeder looked better tonight in his minutes. Another person who got into foul trouble and then went out of the game. He had 4 fouls. He had 6 points, 2 of 5 shooting, 0 for 3 from downtown. But I thought defensively, he was definitely physical, very handsy, trying to make plays. He got into foul trouble tonight. A couple ticky-tack ones. Speaking of, the Nique Clifford foul at the end of the game, how have we not talked about that? In a close game, how was it a foul? I didn't get a good replay because we were watching.
Which one?
At the end of the
'Cause
game.
I remember
in a
when he
close
got
game.
fouled and he went up, and I was just like,
No, it was one they called on him.
okay,
I don't think it should have been a foul call. I thought it was a really good defense by Nique Clifford. But
well, damn.
the officials were blowing the whistle at everything tonight. Anyway, Schroeder, liked his intensity, and I'm not worried about what he's going to. I want him to knock down open shots. No shit. I'm not really worried about that in the preseason per se. Like I'm not. The Kings shot 48% tonight, 32 from three. Obviously, I'm concerned, like I mentioned, about the 3-point shooting probably going into the season a bit. But with Schroeder, when you have scoring on Sacramento side, I'm more concerned about like, hey, is he able to make plays defensively? Because if they can make plays defensively, that's going to open up a lot of things. So yeah.
Yeah. I'm absolutely. It's nice to see again that some of these guys look better as individuals. But I think, again, it's going back to the beginning of the game and looking at how they can just like click from the start of the game early on, get it together. It seems like they all like each other, you know, like that part's good. It feels like they've had some good conversations and communication even over the off season before going into all this. And so I think like as long as they keep communicating too with one another of where they like the ball, where they do things, what they feel like someone holding people accountable, being that voice, it can be very valuable.
Well, for the second consecutive preseason game, the young guys make some noise. The Kings got down double digits, but down the stretch, it was a tight game.
That was fun.
The young guys were fun tonight.
I know. It was, again, they just get scrappy. They bring the energy. And it's like, I can do that.
Yeah.
And again, they're obviously going up against the second unit guys again.
Second, third unit guys, the deep bench.
Yeah, like we get that. Like if you're putting them up against a different team in the NBA and it's all their starters, like sure, it's not going to look the same. Completely understand those things. But it doesn't matter with the opportunity that they are getting out there and when they go in scramble mode and trying to regain the lead, it's been fun every time. And it feels like a lot of times they'll be doing the right things.
Yeah, and they look like they were clicking. You know, Nique Clifford had some nice moments. You know, Devin Carter, we've been talking about him. Is he a point guard or not? I don't think he is, and that's fine. But I'm not like out on Devin. I actually think that he's played all right in the preseason. I think defensively, he's done some really nice things, and that's kind of been his hallmark. I mean, I think long term, obviously, in this league, I think he's got to be able to have some sort of like consistent 3-point shot or have the ability to finish at the rim better. But I do think defensively, like he does a good job out there. He rebounds well. Like
that too.
He looks more comfortable out there. Still not totally comfortable with the ball, especially with pressure and length on him. But I don't know. What have you seen from that?
Yeah. Defensively, again, it's something that we already know that he was going to bring on the floor. But I think the pressure that he adds on a ball handler or just even along the perimeter has helped from what we've seen even in these 2 preseason games. It helps the rest of the defense, right? And you know that's already going to be the thing. Like we've talked about that throughout these years, like having Keon out there with the perimeter pressure, like even Devin at times. So with Devin's like, you can always count on that. One of my least favorite things that I've seen him do a few times, though, he's been relying on that wraparound where he's trying to poke the ball from behind. And I think he gets the freedom or maybe a little bit more leeway to gamble. I don't know if that's something that he gets to do because he hustles back and gets back in front of his guy, shows him his jersey.
Yeah, I think Devin mentioned that media day. He was talking about how like Doug trusts him to go out there and make those plays.
Okay, so it's there.
He's giving him the freedom to go.
So he's playing with it a little bit and seeing what he can do with it, and he does usually end up recovering, which is nice to see. So no, I think defensively, I'm with you. He adds so much out there, being able to be a rebounding guard. Love that. Offensively, you go down the roster, you go down the list, it's just still like a struggle for the Kings. Like what is he going to do if he's moving without the basketball, cutting through the middle? He's going to get sized up, right? Like, and then he's not shooting the 3 at a high clip.
But here's with him, it's like he has to make sure when he has chances, attack the paint, get that ball moving around.
Yes.
And I think you've seen flashes of that.
Sure.
I just not totally confident with his finishing at the rim at this point, or in a 3-point shot. You know, people were like, "Oh, is it different? Is it a quicker release?" It kind of looks the same to me.
Yeah.
There was one scrimmage we were watching where he had like the game-winning 3-point shot, and Sabonis was like coming out to close out, and he got it off quick. Now, he made it, but I think it was more because of the pressure of like, oh, Sabonis is coming, I got to hurry up and get it off. Like he felt the pressure to do it faster. But I think it's pretty much the same shot. I don't know. I liked him when I saw him coming out in the draft, and I was like, dude, this guy could be a really fun player in the league. So I'm just not out on him completely.
That's fair.
Kind of what I'm looking at. Dylan Cardwell, what were you going to say about him? I thought you said you had something on Cardwell.
No.
I thought earlier I mentioned him, and you, am I crazy?
Yeah, you're definitely crazy. There was nothing. I had nothing.
I'm going to go back after the show, and you're going to be like, okay, yeah.
I mean, his air ball? Like, what?
Okay. I didn't know. I thought you had, that's why I brought it up.
Yeah.
I didn't know what.
No,
I was very surprised he took that baseline jumper because he's not known for his shooting, and I know he's got to work on the shot. He's literally like a lob threat, dunks the ball, and just an energy guy out there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maxime Reno had some solid moments out there tonight. We mentioned Isaac Jones earlier. Isaac only played 5 minutes in this game.
I know.
A little bit of a surprise.
Yes.
Why aren't we letting him cook a little bit?
I mean, you're still trying to get opportunities to other guys, and maybe they feel like he has some different weaknesses that they don't like out there. I don't know. Like, I don't feel that same about him, but maybe they're seeing something else in practice that we're not seeing.
Well, I think the key for him too is like when he's out there, he's got to be able to make plays defensively, rebound, and then the swing skill for him, and he's worked on it, is being able to hit a three. Last game he did hit a corner three. That was awesome. Tonight he airballed a corner three.
Yeah.
Okay, happens, whatever. But I think if he can prove to do that, rebound well and make plays, verticality at the rim, all right, he's got a spot. But someone like Saric, who's got the experience and
it was
can hit
knocking it
threes,
down.
like he can't hit threes.
Yeah.
Like, okay, you could see as you try to figure out what you're going to do there long term. We got to talk about the Blazers for a second.
What about them?
Yang Hansen,
Yeah.
the rookie sensation.
I'm talk about feel.
We saw, Morgan, you called a couple of his games.
Did you not call any of those?
I think I did. And he didn't play in the one I did.
Okay.
I don't think. I could be wrong.
Summer League, or
2 years ago at the California Classic.
with Mark Jones.
Yeah.
I called that game with Team China and maybe like Charlotte or something against Charlotte. And everyone was so excited for Hansen coming in, right? Like people were just like, just watch what he can do. And he was showing it right away with just, I guess, his IQ and his feel, but then seeing how he's developed even since then,
dude,
it's going to be scary in my opinion.
Whoa.
Yeah. I think when you have, it's not even about just having like a modern day big. I think he has a different type of skill set that's a little bit green or raw right now that can truly be more defined. And he seems like the type of person and personality that wants to take that on and get better.
Yeah. He moves well.
Yep.
He could shoot threes.
He's young as
He
hell.
could score inside, and he could pass.
Yes.
Like,
no, and when you
simple-
say he can pass, it's not like,
No, he is already one of the better passing bigs in the league.
Thank you. And when you are a big, and not only you have that feel, but you have like, you're precise and you have the ability, and you just get better and better at it. I mean, you just have that advantage being able to go over people, having that vision over so many. Like
he's fun, like he's flashy with the passing too.
Yes.
It's that's where people drop the Jokic stuff during the draft. I'm like, okay, like let's not compare him to like a generational talent.
Yeah.
It's a little unfair. The Blazers got some shit from a lot of people for taking him where they took him. People thought he was like a second round guy. And I don't know, man. I've seen him in the summer league, and now, like, if I was a Blazers fan, if this was Deuce and Mo in Portland right now, we would be going wild right here.
Well,
I would be like,
you would for sure.
I'd be like, dude, Klingen, like,
I'd probably take it back 2 notches and be like, yeah,
I remember when the draft, I'm like,
Klingen.
What? Like, they drafted Klingen last year. Why do
Yeah.
you need a Hansen? Double bigot. I
Dude,
don't know.
I was gonna say.
Shit. Like, hey, Hansen can hit threes. If I was a Blazers fan, I'd want to see that this year a couple of times just for fun.
Stretch the floor. Do that. It just gives you so many more options when you have bigs that can stretch, that can move, that have a different type of skill set than just being able to be a big that can protect a rim.
I think I saw ESPN the other day. It was on social media. It might have been Windhorse, second Windhorse mentioned tonight. That Young Hansen's summer league games got way bigger ratings than NBA Finals games in China. Like massive.
See, and this is why you sign international guys either way. You get those clicks, get those views.
Get the views. But you need them to be good.
Well, yeah. Well, it's so funny because I felt like
You don't want like Simbular. Or Simbular.
Yeah, be nice. But
He's
even,
not an NBA player.
But when Sasha Vezenkov was here, I mean, remember when?
Yeah, but
that
there's a
fan
little
base,
difference between Sasha and China.
Yeah.
It's a large.
No, I was just saying, like the international fan base is just phenomenal.
Yeah.
Phenomenal.
Let's get to some people in the chat. If you guys have some questions, we'll get to them before as we wind things down. We got Jim. Jim, I love Jim because he's a very observant, hardcore basketball fan. So Doug wants team to play fast, shoot a lot of threes, but he has an older team that doesn't have very many good three-point shooters. LaVine and Ellis are it unless Keegan and Monk regain the stroke. Yeah, we talked about that early in the podcast. You're true. You're true. You're right. That's what I meant to say. I love that I said earlier I'm in prime form and I'm clearly fading as this night goes on. Brian says, let's do a Deuce and Mo Blazer show. More upside vibes. Hey, you know what? By February, we could be talking about pure upside. Oh my God, Nique Clifford. He's better than Tyrese. Can you believe it?
You're so gross. You're insane. I'm not even going to.
I'm going to just
play.
It's October 10th, 2025. It's not a hot take. It's not a hot take.
What is it?
We deserve Nique Clifford to be an absolute stud.
We deserve a lot of things.
I mean, can we just one time be the team that hits on like a late first round pick and be like, dude, they got a franchise guy there? Like, can it just happen to us one time, just once? I'll just take it once, and then we'll like just see how it plays out. That's all I need.
That's all you need.
You know, people want, hey, give me the number one pick. Sure, yeah, it'd be nice to have Cooper Flag, but if you nail, what was he 24th pick? I think
21st, 24th, whatever.
Man,
yeah, Deuce. I mean, of course, it would be nice. It would be nice. I'm 2 preseason games in.
Matty Ice says that Young Hansen is going to lead the league in All-Star voting. He might.
He definitely could.
That'd be crazy.
I mean, it's part of it is a popularity contest.
Yeah.
But
it's only one
always
factor.
said that.
Do you have some final thoughts? Next preseason game is coming up Wednesday back in Sacramento, Golden One Center.
Yes.
Clippers, Kings. Hopefully, I want the Clippers to play their guys. I want to see how the Kings respond to that. Another team with size and length everywhere. Okay, we're sensing a theme here, all right? The first 3 preseason games, all these teams with a tremendous size, length, defensive versatility.
I think it's eye-opening to what the Kings roster lacks. And again, it's not about the individuals on this team because there are some very good basketball players on this team. But when you look at the rest of the NBA, it's just going to be hard to match up against at times.
You're right. I'm looking at the Clippers depth chart too. You got Harden, Bradley Beal on that team now, Kawhi Leonard, John Collins, and Zubats.
Okay.
Your bench. Oh my God, I forgot about Chris Paul's back with the Clippers. Chris Dunn, Derek Jones Jr., Nicholas Batum, Brooke Lopez.
Okay.
Yeah, interesting team.
Uh-huh.
Also, I have a turnover in the chat. Ken said the last late first round Kings draft that was really good was Kevin Martin. I said shots fired at Isaiah Thomas, 60th pick. Yeah, Deuce, he said late first round pick, not draft pick. I'm sputtering down the stretch.
Yeah, you are. And then did that almost force you not to hear my final thought?
I was listening to your final thought, talking about the teams and matchups.
Hey, we don't need to yell.
Huh?
Whoa!
Wait, why this scare?
Physical contact.
With your hat.
My turn.
Wait, I hit your hat like that. You jumped like
I was Because I start closing my eyes. So then when it happened, it doesn't feel good.
You acted like I literally like punched you in the face. That was insane.
It scared me. It really scared me. But no, you're very wrong with your comments, but that's okay. Can't you delete your own comments?
Sorry, Ken. That's my bad.
You want to leave it on there for shame?
Yeah.
Okay.
My final thoughts. Yeah, last 2 preseason games. Can we just win one? You know, you haven't won one since 2023.
I don't even care.
Okay, fine. I don't really care either. No, I'm less concerned about winning. I'm more concerned about what it looks like. One, hopefully the Keegan thumb thing is not a big deal.
That.
2, just have a good first quarter. Have a quarter where it's just clicking, where it's like, man, the starters really like knock down shots, force some turnovers,
or just
played
makes
well.
us feel good.
Yeah, where you go, okay, it's progressing. And I think that's the one area I would say tonight. I don't think this game was like the Raptors game. I think there were definitely things you look at and go, geez, like 37 points in the first allowed, 37 in the third. They allowed 62 points in the paint. 20 fast break points.
The offensive rebounding.
20 offensive rebounds that turned into 23 second chance points. That's concerning, but you're mixing up a whole bunch of lines, blah, 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 blah. I just want to see that starting group with more flow. And
there you go.
They need to look better than they looked in game 1 and game 2. How about that?
Fair enough.
Let's enjoy the journey together.
We are already on this journey together.
Did we laugh tonight?
I did.
We laughed a couple of times.
Yeah.
We appreciate you guys so much.
So much.
We
Seriously.
love you guys. But we got to go.
You all have a wonderful rest of your Friday night and weekend. See ya.
Deuce and Mo, Deuce and Mo, Deuce and Mo. They tell you what they know. Deuce and Mo, Deuce and Mo, Deuce and Mo. The podcast that you know.